Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin Tips. So today we're going to be talking about how you can start mining Gala coin using your Windows 10 or 11 based computer here in 2024 in less than 10 minutes. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, I do want to make sure to ask you to stick around through the entire video so that you don't miss out on any of the great tips and tricks that I have to help you get up and running, earning Gala coin faster and saving more on pool mining fees using this video. So before we dive into the video, I always do like to start off here on CoinMarketCap, just taking a look at what's going on in the markets as a point of reference if you happen to be watching this in the future. So if you aren't interested in this portion of the video, please feel free to skip ahead 1 to 2 minutes and we'll be getting into the tutorial then. But overall, as you can see, crypto is down about 2.74% today to a total market cap of $2.11 trillion. Now looking across the board here, Bitcoin still well above its all-time, low for this year, up very good this year. A lot of coins are still up. It's just been a little bit of a slower week. There are still a few green lines on the week chart here, which is nice to see. But of course, with the Bitcoin happening earlier this year, historically, every year there's been a Bitcoin halving. 6 to 12 months later, there has been a crypto bull run. So I think now is one of the best times to start mining, collecting from faucets, just straight up investing in crypto, however you want to get started. Getting crypto now could be one of the best things you do, as we are geared for a bull run. But of course, today we are talking about Gala coin. So let's take a quick dive into this coin. As you can see, it is placed about 92nd here on CoinMarketCap at the time of recording, with a price of 1.981 cents, down about 3.34% today. But overall, this coin is positioned to do really well. If we look at the all-time high chart here, you can see that back in 2021, the previous bull run, they were up around 71-72 cents per coin, meaning right now you have about a 70-cent upside potential if you were to start getting these coins today and the coin got back to its all-time high. Even just earlier this year in May, June, that time frame, March, it was 8 cents a coin. So that is still even a 7 to 8 cent gain if it was just to get back to its all-time high for this year. So as you can see, with 5,000 people casting their thoughts on the coin here, 87% of people think this coin is going to go up. So how do you start mining this? Well, we're using a site here called Unminable. Now, the link is in the description below. I do recommend you use the link because it will save you 25% on your pool mining fees. So with that being said, I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a minute, but overall, it's pretty easy to get started here with Unminable. You might be thinking, how do you actually mine this coin? Well, what Unminable does is it allows you to select the most profitable algorithm for your hardware, and it lets you mine and get paid out in that coin. So you're not actually directly mining it, but you're getting paid out in the coin, which is super cool. Now, I do always recommend going out to a site called whattomine.com. Enter in the hardware for your specific setup and it'll tell you the most profitable algorithm to use. For me, as well as for most people, Kapow is going to be the most profitable algorithm, but I do always recommend double checking that. What you're going to do is go ahead and select Get Started with our wizard. I always recommend going with the basic mode. There is advanced if you want to do some more specific settings, but basic is good enough for 99% of people. Again, I'm going GPU, but if you are mining following along with your CPU, please choose that option. Again, choose your algorithm that's most profitable for you, but for me that is Kapow. And here's where you'll choose the coin you want to get paid out in. Now, I'm of course choosing Gala, as that is the coin we are focused on today, but please feel free to choose whatever you are most interested in. And here's where you will enter in your Gala wallet address. Now please double and triple check that this address pasted in correctly, because as you can see, if I delete this 5, it does call it out and say, hey, this is not a valid address. I would double check it. But if I replace the 5 with a 4, you can see that everything comes back as you are good to go. And we all know that I will not get this payment if I leave it as a 4 and not as a 5. So please keep that in mind and don't always just trust what the website says. And the final screen here before diving into the miner, entering in a referral code. As you can see, I have a Bitcoin Tips referral code, which is just Bitcoin-Tips, capital B, capital T. Now, I do recommend using this, and you noticed it was auto-populated. If you use the link in the description, it will auto-populate as it did for me. Not only does it help out the channel and support videos like these, but it actually helps you out as well by saving you 25% on your pool mining fee. Here on Unmineable, there is a flat 1% fee, meaning if you mine 100 Gala coin, you are always going to be paying one of those coins to Unmineable. Doesn't matter if the coin is a cent or $10, and it doesn't matter if you mine it in a day or in a year. You're always going to be paying that. So by using this code, you reduce your fee down to 0.75%, meaning you get to keep an additional 0.25 of every 100 coins, that you would have otherwise paid to Unmineable. Now, feel free to continue without it, but you will pay that higher fee and be leaving money here on the table. The final step here is downloading the miner and getting started. As you can see here, there's a few choices. I personally always recommend Gminer, as it's worked great for me in the past. No other reason than that. It's just been really easy to use, but all of these miners work great. The only call out is a few of these like Team Red and T-Rex, as you can see, only support one or the other major GPU manufacturer. So that's another plus for things like NB Miner or G Miner, is it kind of future-proofs your PC if you happen to upgrade it and switch manufacturers at some point in the future. But what you're going to do is say download miner files, and this is going to bring you to the GitHub where you just select this Windows 64-zip file. Download this and extract it. Please make sure you don't miss the extraction step, because this will not work if you don't extract the file. So if you run into errors, just make sure you didn't miss that step. Then what you're going to do is come back to Unmineable and select this download.bat file, which will download a file to your computer. Now, as you can see here, Chrome has said, hey, we have blocked this file because it's unverified. Are you sure you want to do this, or do you want to delete it? You will have to say, go ahead and download the unverified file. If you're not comfortable doing this, please select delete from history. Unfortunately, this is a part of mining, and you will have to accept it if you want to move forward. But if you don't like that, you don't trust it, whatever, that is completely fine. I would recommend checking out some of the other videos here on my channel for how to earn free crypto from things like faucets and other cloud mining type sites. But if you are ready to start mining, go ahead and say download unverified file. Then what you're going to do is bring up the folder where you just extracted everything and drag and drop. Oops, I usually have that on the other screen. I guess it took over the screen there. But what you're going to do is just drag and drop that into the folder. As you can see, I just did that real quick. Windows is trying to make the file full screen. But as you can see, Unmineable, Gala, Kapow, Gminer is here with the rest of the files that I just extracted. Now to get started, all you have to do is double click this. Now you will get this other pop-up here for the first time running it, saying, hey, Windows is protecting your PC. You are going to have to say more info and run anyway if you want to start mining. Again, if you're not comfortable doing this, please just select don't run and move on to a different way to earn crypto. But if you are comfortable, go ahead and say run anyway, and as you can see here, we are up and mining Gala using my RTX 3070 here in less than 10 minutes. So if all of that is awesome and you get ready to use this site, the link is in the description below. Just a few final call outs. It does take about 10 to 15 minutes to get the stats showing up here on the website when you go back to the addresses tab and paste in your address. That's completely normal. I usually say give it up to an hour. If you still don't see anything, something may be configured incorrectly. I recommend start by checking the addresses both here on the site and the one that you put into the .bat file. When in doubt, just go back through the setup again, get a new file. It's pretty easy, takes a few minutes, and it doesn't cost anything. And on the other side, when you're ready to be done mining, all you have to do is find this CMD window and hit the red X. Once that window is closed, you are no longer mining. You might be thinking, why am I telling you how to close a window? That's the easy part. Well, here on Unminable, it's a little strange, but for some reason, when you stop the miner, you may actually continue to see stats and even payments into your account here on the site for up to 12 hours after stopping the miner. And I've seen that lead to questions about, hey, I've closed this window, but it's still mining. Like, why am I still getting paid? It's a weird thing. I personally have seen payments come in 12 plus hours after stopping a miner. I don't know why it does that, but hey, you're still getting payments and you're not actually mining, so I wouldn't be too upset about it. But with that being said, that is really it for how easy it is to start mining here with Unminable and Gala coin. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to Bitcoin Tips to stay up to date on all things crypto. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.